Guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Hopefully you have tuned in to the right channel. Hopefully it is the Waffler you are looking for. I'm here just to do a little quick reaction to the debacle we saw from Man United rolling over and allowing the chance for Man City to build momentum towards this treble. But before I get into a bit more reaction, please hit the like on the premise that the stream will be good.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
And if you don't hit the free like, well...
Hey, that's fucked up.
Free like, man. Hit that like. Oh, I mean, there's been a lot of reactions online. I'm just getting in here a bit late. I was on Flying Pig's channel earlier. Props to the Flying Pig. I was covering for him because he had a bereavement. He had a family member pass on, so I was covering for him. And I was on with Jarvis Cocker as well. We were trying to keep upbeat, especially after we conceded after, what was it, 15 seconds? 15 seconds, man. I couldn't believe it, man. It's such a shame. I mean, overall, we for the season, Man United, okay, we've overperformed. We've got Carabao Cup, right? We've got to still be happy that, you know, we can take something from the season. I got to play this just to remind Man U fans and myself, or anyone who's watching, that we have done this. Oh, I play that because I am in a depressed stage. I've got to remind myself of the glory. And before I carry on, I wanted to invite Patrick, who was a Man City fan, went onto his stream before, and you know, I was chatting I was gassing. I was thinking we could stop these guys that I thought they were pretenders for this treble, but it looks like it's on. I'm gonna get Patrick on now. Patrick, had to get. All right, calm down. Let's have some mercy, yeah. Let's have some mercy. Yeah?
Nah, man, nah. It's all good, man. It's all good. Like everybody had their fun yesterday, but I don't know, man. This Gundo guy seems to be hungry for this treble. He wants to make sure, as captain, as he said in his interview, that I didn't want to be captain and then we don't win the league. So it looks like Gundo doesn't want to be captain and no trophies, you know. So big up to him, man. Because to be honest with you, when we were booted out of the Champions League, every time they interview Gundo, he used to say we would have done better. We were not mature. We could have said the right things. So maybe your man is like, you know, I spoke so much when ex-captains were here. I'm taking this one. So big up, man. Look, to be honest with you, some United fans in the group I was in were swearing at the Gea, cursing at the players, saying a disgrace after the Gundo go. I wrote them a message. I was like, guys,
the second one, definitely, man. Because
the first one, come on. That could have happened to us too. Or Bruno or somebody could have kicked the ball like that and could have just gone in. That's a shocker. Nobody thought Gundogan, out of all people, Gundogan scores goals inside the box, not from outside. So look, man, I think you guys gave us a game. I think that penalty, brought you guys back. I think without that pen or without the goal, 1-1, I think it could have been bad. But I think scoring, I saw United started having more confidence that we can do something here. But to be honest with you, I think you guys going forward are going to have to get rid of Eriksson, because I saw Bruno was doing a job for two people.
He had no legs. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And by the way, Patrick, I think I thought you were going to come with some more gas. You give us some respect that we give you.
Nah,
I
nah.
don't think we give you a game. I was on
it's
with Don Smoke on RDS's stream earlier, yeah, and I was saying we didn't even press you enough. It looked like you guys were coasting. I don't think you guys were.
Well, we actually coasting because there was points in time we started giving away the ball because you guys started pressing us.
Really? I must have been watching a different game.
Yeah, that's what guys. Did you see? Because there was a point in time.
Jones was having space as an attacking mid at times, bro. I couldn't believe it. We didn't we only got 2 yellow cards in that game, Patrick. Yeah. I remember what the gas I was coming on your channel with. I said, okay, we're gonna destroy Casemiro. Slide tackle.
Yeah, but that's not the mentality your boys had. I think your boys did not have a mentality that that mentality is Roy King and them man who say, okay, you're playing us, we're gonna hurt you for your final. But these new players are friendly, man. They're nice. They're nice, you know what I mean? They were like, good for them. Some of them were even hugging the City players. Like, man, I wouldn't be hugging for shit. I would be walking out.
That's the mentality we got there that needs to be changed, man.
But can we say that's better mentality though? Because back in the day, some of the players, yeah, go ahead.
We should be graceful in defeat, but I don't know about that hugging stuff you're talking about. I didn't stay tuned in to see that kind of stuff. Before we carry on, props to Legacy of Outlaws getting in here. Share your opinions. I'm going to get to the comments when I can. Everyone, just release your honesty. We can't be dressing up this occasion. Patrick, I've got to give props, like you're saying, to Gundogan, man. The first volley, I couldn't believe how we weren't even marking the center of the pitch. You saw how much space he had.
Okay, so this is why
not there.
Yeah, but look at this, man. I think those are just one of those things that happen in football where you get a shell shock, like what the hell just happened? Because first of all, Gundogan himself takes the ball at the center, the whistle is blown, he hits it straight to Ortega. He runs in the front, and Haaland was like, did they set this up? Or did they practice it in there? I don't know, maybe they practiced it. Because he hits it to Ortega, he runs in front, then Ortega hoofs it over to Haaland, but it's your own player that headed it, and Gundogan just hoofs it in. I think, look, it's one of those things. I just don't blame the first goal on anybody. Nobody closed, and I think nobody expected him to do that. Let's be honest. Nobody expected him to just kick it. And it shocked the whole stage. Even the announcer was like, what?
Patrick, yeah. I know no one was expecting that, but that doesn't mean you just give Gundogan all that space.
Oh, yeah.
Space.
Yeah, but the guy who was supposed to be marking him is the guy who headed the ball to him. I think so. I think he headed the ball, could have marked him or closed the situation. Is my mic all right?
It was Lindelof that headed the ball out. And then but where was Casemiro? Where was Fred?
I don't know. It's just that
marking out Gundogan in the center of the pitch.
That happened with Arsenal too. This whole behavior where City have got a weapon where they can just hoof it now and give it to Haaland. I think it's become one of the weapons we had. We never had that with Aguero, Jesus. It's worked. It worked with Arsenal. We ripped Arsenal apart because Arsenal were pressing in the front like you did. All Ortega and Edison were doing is hoof it to Haaland. Haaland brings it down. De Bruyne has space. So the thing about it, Varane was stuck to Haaland too much. He was always following Haaland wherever he goes, and then you leave De Bruyne and Gundogan with space. But look, man, overall, I'm saying I think it's good that you guys scored because I had a feeling that I think when we scored that first one, you are right. We started playing you guys as if it was a training session. I see your team was like, Varane, how many times did Varane and Casemiro tell people to put the chins up, like put your chin up, put your chin up? Because look, I would feel the same, man. Come on, man. You've been hyped. We've hyped this game for how long? Stop the treble, and boom, somebody just scores in 15 seconds. Nah, man, I don't know. But but look, destiny is destiny. I just feel like now it's destiny. I think City things are just falling into pieces. The pieces are just falling into place because, as he said, Kevin yesterday, he said we've never reached this third time of the stage. We always had half of the squad injured when we were competing with Liverpool because we used to take things very far. Every time we reach to the semis in the Champions League, De Bruyne is injured, he's on painkillers, or so and so cannot play. But the first time, look at that, now we're going to the final with a full City squad. Even when Walker was tired, Ake walks in. It's just like...
You know what, Patrick? I don't think after this game, you guys are going to be tired or anything. I was saying on your channel, if we don't lose, we've got to at least tire you guys out, bruise and batter you guys, weaken you for the final.
You guys are scumbags.
you're gonna have
You
your
guys
full
had
squad
scumbag tactics
available?
yesterday. Nah, Eddie, you and Joe came with scumbag tactics. You're like, okay, we can't beat you. You just have to make sure these guys are not healthy. You know who did that to us? Atletico Madrid. Remember? They bruised us. They made sure we go against Madrid done, and we were done. Our defenders were gone. We only had Laporte, Cancelo, Zinchenko to play against Madrid. Like that's what they did. They did the job you guys wanted to do. But look, man, I don't know. And big up to Inter. Inter not losing. They've won again today. Ever since they played Milan, Inter
Well,
is
who
not
did they
losing.
beat?
But yeah, somebody was laughing because it's Torino. Is it Torino? Says it's a
Ah,
trash.
dead
A
team,
trash
man.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about the final, but big up to you guys, man. I don't think you'll sit down and say it was embarrassing. That wasn't embarrassing.
I would say I think you're being too respectful to us, man. I don't even like saying that because I did say have mercy, and I'm glad you have some mercy, bro.
Oh no, but
These
come on, man.
guys
That
were
wasn't. That's what we don't call that embarrassing. We didn't rule you into
I would
pieces.
say I was on a watch along before on the Flying Pigs channel. Big up to him for
Mm.
allowing me to go on his channel and represent. A lot of people were saying it's maybe one of the worst performances. We had to
No,
rely on VAR for that penalty. That wasn't even a penalty, bro. I
that,
didn't get
that
that we
was
actually got
that
the
was
pen
dodge.
because
Even Casper said it to Jack that we felt bad for you for that pen because you were not even looking. You just jumped and you were not looking, and then Wan-Bissaka headed into your hand. So he's like, "Well, those are the rules. I don't know what else I can do." But man, I don't know, man. That's not the worst I've seen you guys. Do you remember the Etihad? Now that was bad. At the Etihad, now that was bad.
that was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it just felt because this is a bigger occasion that we should be showing up. Before we carry on, Patrick, let me just honor some of these comments coming in. Big up to Legacy of Outlaws saying, I think one thing that really messed up United was attacking too much. Really? I can't. I was looking at Sky Sports like for the stats after. We had like one clear chance. Apparently, we had 3 shots on target. I can only remember when we tested Ortega in second half, where Varane hit the ball to Ortega, and Ortega saved it onto the bar. That's what I can remember. Legacy also saying the defense was way too open and United should have defended more and attacked at moderate pace. Also, White and Hug played Fernandes at left back. This is what I was saying on a stream I was on before. If Bruno's the best player and the captain, you play him in his best position. Legacy also said Inter Milan is winning. I predict it. I pray they can. We've got no more power in Man United's hands. I pray Inter could do something. Big up to Rudy getting in here, man. Long time, bro. We got to catch up. It's Eddie's football waffle. Man, I, as an Arsenal fan, Rudy's an Arsenal fan. I bet you're enjoying today because I'm sure you've seen me on my channel before. I've been running my jokes for Arsenal bottling the league. So this is your time to get in the digs. I will take it. Yo, what's up, man? Go easy if you're gonna troll, but I will understand.
Yeah, but Eddie, let me ask you, where was the mosquito? Huh? Where was Freddy the mosquito though? You said the man is a mosquito.
Who was talking about mosquito?
You said Freddy is a mosquito, and I'm wondering where the mosquito was. He didn't bite anybody, nor did he attach himself to anyone.
By the way, Patrick, that I said, yeah, that was my disclaimer. It was Ten Hag's nickname. Yeah, that wasn't just me coming up with that nickname. Yeah, after what Fred did to De Bruyne in the Old Trafford game, where pretty much he had De Bruyne in the pocket. That's where we were thinking, okay, Fred knows what to do. But in this game, I only saw, I think I saw him foul De Bruyne one time. That was it. I didn't see enough of us like spoiling your game. Especially in the second half, there was a point where we lost our shape and we will rely. I was saying we needed a sub quickly, half time. So people like Sancho weren't doing the work. We had to try to bring on a kid, 18-year-old Garnacho, to come on. And pretty much he had like the best chance of the game before Varane hit it to Ortega onto the bar. It was Garnacho with a chance which came just past the post when he was on the left and tried to bend in a shot. This is where we're at with Man United. We're relying on kids to come on. Yeah, we've not got the squad. I mean, I don't want to just play the victim card, but it's there.
But I think quality.
You have Patrick.
Yeah, right. I think quality. There's a difference because I can also tell you something. I think that City did not even play you to the maximum. I think majority of the players were thinking of the final. Did you notice some of the players were not even pressing or do you know the 1v1s the way you want to challenge? They were not going into them, they're going them half-heartedly and then just falling to the floor. Like some of the players, I think somebody also mentioned it earlier on. I think it's true. I was watching the highlights. Some of the players seem like I think their mind was already I don't want to get injured for that UCL, you know what I mean? So basically, talking about that, that was it. Let's be honest, that was even not City because I have seen City up a gear, Bayern, Madrid. That's not even City up a gear. That was let's just play with these guys and see how we get on, City, because I think they knew what they were doing. They didn't have the full pad on because I have seen them when they decide to go full on. They don't give the other team space. They'll press you. Today they were leaving you guys with the ball sometimes. Sometimes we were laxy days in their passes. I just feel like you're right. There is a gap. I think at a higher level or at a higher time. Let's say for instance, if you guys maybe were the UCL final, I think there will be a more higher level City. But to be honest with you, man, Ericsson, I love him. I wanted him at City, but at this age, I think this
Wait,
man,
hold on. When did you want Ericsson?
the time when he was at Tottenham, not now, not this one, not
Okay,
this
yeah, I
particular
was
year.
gonna say
Yeah,
because
yeah,
yeah,
because he could have suited City at a point in time. But the thing is, oh no, man, I feel bad for him. I actually feel bad for him because I think when he was at Brentford, it was okay. He could shine, but where what United wanted, what Ten Hag want, and the teams you guys are gonna play, the level is different. I don't think it's gonna be for him, man. I don't think so, man. And the fact that Bruno had to be dropping into that midfield to try to help, and Bruno was only the midfielder that was showing up. Fred was just there to break people's legs. He wasn't there to play football. Casemiro sometimes looked a bit lost. But I don't know, man. I just think like you need a striker because the Rashford thing did not work out. Uh,
I mean Rashford, we definitely the striker, but the thing is, we weren't even getting proper balls over to him because we had Ericsson in there who couldn't get on the ball. I'm saying like we've got Bruno who's the captain, yeah, and we had to move him onto the right to try and cover you guys that will be pressing on the wings. Why are we having our best player come out of his favorite position to try and stop you guys? I was really
I think he
I
wanted to
couldn't
match Pep.
describe how angry I was with that, man.
Don't you
But
think he wanted to?
Patrick, before you carry on, just real quick, I just got to say some shout outs to Matthew Bassett getting in here. Thanks for following the content. And yeah, everyone hit the like and please subscribe. Yeah, Patrick, man, what were you going to say?
I think he wanted to match what Pep was doing. If you look at it, you guys wanted to match us on how we play. You set up as in a similar way. But I don't know, man. It's just all I'm saying is if United want to make an investment, invest in Hurricane. I was imagining Hurricane thrown in your team and just a few people moved out. Just get a decent midfielder who is okay, even who is very decent. Even like there's a shopping center. It's Brighton. I don't know you guys why you've let McAllister go to Liverpool. You could have taken McAllister and throw him in that midfield next to Bruno and Casemiro. That's a strong midfield. And then you get Kane. That's a team. That's a team. But I don't know what you man are thinking. I don't know where you guys are gonna go shopping because the shopping center is at Brighton, but looks like people have already ripped it apart. Do you know who I thought? I thought you were gonna get Declan Rice and play him as a double pivot. That's what I also thought, but looks like he's going to Arsenal. But
Yeah,
you
Patrick,
guys, out
I'm
Kane.
confused as to what we're doing, bro. I'm confused because you just named McAllister. Yeah, we're linked to Rabiot and Mount. Mount's not on form. Yeah, he's had some good seasons before, but on his on the ball play, I'm not sure about him. He's had goals and assists and all that. I'm not sure why he's linked. It's like if that's a player that we get in, it's like Ten Hag will have to resurrect his form, like he's done for people like Rashford and Wan-Bissaka that were struggling last season. There's people like Caicedo that we could be going for. These players seem to suit like prime Ten Hag ball of pressing, counter pressing, dominating the ball. I'm hoping this is just hype. I'm hoping we're not going shopping for what seems to be like like discount
Used,
signings,
yeah,
especially if you go for Rabiot.
used up goods, man. You guys are going to the used up goods shop.
To use what? Say that again, Patrick.
I'm saying you guys are going to the used car shop instead of you have the ability to buy a new car, but you're like, nah. Let me go to the scrapyard. Because okay, what is Mount? Why Mount? I don't get it. There's Caicedo. Why are you guys not going for these quality ballers, but you're going for Mount?
Like I said, man, I don't get it. I'm just hoping it's just hype because at one point,
No,
like
Mount
before
is
this season
serious.
started, we were
Eddie,
linked to a
Mount
lot of
is serious.
players. We were linked to a lot of players that we weren't even supposed to be going for. I don't think there were even real links. There's a lot of hype out there. There's a lot of fake transfer news. And that's what I'm hoping it is. And it's not even it's not even understandable for us to be going for anyone yet when we don't even know who's going to take over the club. We don't know how much money is going to be there in the market. So I'm hoping it's just hype. I'm hoping we're just waiting for this takeover, and it's got to happen quick so Ten Hag can really put out his feelers for the players he wants. Hopefully, we're not trying to go for Mount and Rabiot, or else we're going to be stuck with the kind of football we've been playing under Ole, under Jose. I'm fed up with this counter-attack football, man. This stuff where we just, I don't know, we don't dominate the ball. It's just people that pass and run, long balls. I'm so fed up of it, man. You know what I mean? Matthew Bassett saying Caicedo over Mount, for sure. For sure, it's a no-brainer. Legacy of Outlaws is saying Daniel James is still young. He's 26 and can honestly be a good winger or striker. Why are you mentioning that Daniel James, man? I mean, I'm sure that's the winger we had, the guy that was from Wales, man. We don't need to be thinking about that kind of guy he's just a runner. These are the guys that we're linked to right now, just runners. We need to.
That's a poor mentality thing. You see, this is the thing is, and Eddie, I think people at United should stop thinking like that. Like that's what Eddie's and myself are saying. There's ballers out there. Like, oh, okay, why are you talking about Dan James? Why don't you talk about Mitoma? Isn't it? Why don't you go and say, oh, we want that Mitoma guy? Like, there's people out there who are performing in this league where we're dragging these Mounts and Dan James who were on fire years ago, who looked like they had potential. Like, look for people who are potential right now. Don't start scrapping saying, let me resurrect, let me go and resurrect, bring back Daniel James's career. That's what you're trying to do. Man, no, I don't understand why you guys are looking at Mount, why there's Caicedo and people like Mitoma out there at Brighton who are balling. And Brighton says they're willing to let go of any player who says wants to leave. And I've openly said it. The manager said any player who comes to the door and says doesn't want to be part of the project and the right price comes, we'll say goodbye to them. Can you imagine? That's how Brighton is.
Yeah, it's
okay. Why don't you go get Ruben Neves from Wolves? Why not go there? He's a baller. He's a good football player.
You see, Patrick, it just comes back to the structure. Like I'm sure you've heard about, like they've got to be called clowns. I mean, John Murtough and Fletcher. John Murtough has a legacy of working for Everton, who are not a top level team, right? Darren Fletcher, he's been learning on the job. This for me, because the director of football is the guy that's got to be, communicating with the scouts, getting the right kind of targets. This is why we're looking at bargain basement signings, bro. This is why we need the takeover. But let's come back to the game a little bit at hand. I just want to discuss a little bit of what maybe what Ten Hag could have done better, and just your thoughts on what Pep got right as well. First of all, like I was saying at the start, I thought the players at Man United would have been really filled with that kind of warrior mentality to stop you guys playing, right? I remember in the Champions League, Patrick, you won't want to think back to this, but when you guys lost to Chelsea, there was people like Rudiger who was putting it on you guys. The way I think he shoulder barged De Bruyne in his face, give him a bust up nose, bust up his eye. The guy had to come off. It's like, obviously, I don't want to just advocate violence, but I advocate roughing people up within reason, shoulder barges, slide tackles. I don't get why the players weren't properly on that. Like I said, I don't know why Bruno wasn't played in the center attacking mid. I think Legacy of Outlaws in the comments was saying maybe we could have started a Garnacho over Sancho. I think I don't know. I think it may have been too big of an occasion for this 18-year-old to start such a final. We're expecting people like Sancho, who's got Champions League experience. Yeah, he's played for England. He should be that kind of mature player that's setting the example. But other than that, I'm not sure what else Ten Hag could have done. We had McTominay on the bench, Veghorst. I'm not sure what we could have done. The players that started.
That bench was poor, man. That bench was poor, man. That bench was bad, man. Well,
Yeah,
I knew we were gonna win.
do you have any thoughts on what we could have done better?
Now, let me just say this, Eddie. As soon as I saw your bench, I knew we were gonna win the game. I was like, nah, there's nothing on that bench that can threaten any man. Look, man, I think Ten Hag made a mistake of playing Ericsson in this game. I think McTominay could have actually been a better choice. I think he could have been a warrior to fight for things. I think he could have, like, look, if I were me, I could have put Bruno in there, put Fred and Casemiro there in the midfield, but putting Garnacho, I think, would have been great because Sancho, my God, Sancho could have been subbed a long time. But what's his name? Ten Hag kept it for so long. Even what's his name? Ericsson should have been taken out a long time, but Ten Hag kept it on and on and on. Ericsson was doing nothing. To be honest with you, the high pressing, I think, was a bad idea. I think you could have gone with, let's stay deep. Then we counter Bruno, pass it over to Rashford. We counter, or Bruno and Rashford, you press as the front two, as Spurs do to City, where they sit back and Son and Kane always press us, ready for the counter. You guys could have done with that, but I think maybe Ten Hag was like, let's go press them high because it's Ortega. Because Ortega, Pep said it days ago that Ortega is the keeper. So maybe he was like, maybe it's Ortega, let's go do this. Funny enough, Ortega was calm today because in the Chelsea game last time he wasn't calm, but this time he was very calm. He had very good passes.
I would say, Patrick, I think his distribution was right, especially for that first goal as well. De Gea, on the other hand, just kept passing away the ball. This guy, he's shown that we need a keeper like yours. Someone that can distribute the ball with his feet, man. Every time we're doing goal kicks, you guys got it. Every time. I couldn't believe it, man. Like, De Gea's got the golden gloves. Yeah, overall, I was saying this in your stream, but hey, this guy's a legend that maybe needs to move on because this is a big game this season, and especially with the second goal, he was not there. Let me just go through some comments before we carry on. Legacy of Outlaws saying, honestly, I don't see United going far in the Champions League and not do so well next season. This is what I'm saying too. I would say, yeah, that we're really getting in the Champions League this season to just get that money and get that presence so that we can attract the higher caliber of player. I think that's what we need to be focusing on right now. And in the coming seasons, once we get the football calibrated, hopefully Ten Hag's still going for possession, high press, and then that's when we'll see us do better in Champions League. Matthew Bassett saying the most irritating thing about the DOF role is Paul Mitchell is available. This is why we need a new structure that can actually be picking proper top level talent. Legacy of Outlaw saying, oh yeah, we Blues don't give up. We fucked up City in the final. Yeah, we fucked up against City. Gaming Simp, big up to you, man. Yeah, you couldn't come on tonight, but hopefully we can link up in the future. Hey, mates, dropping a like and listening in. Thanks for your support, mate. Patrick, I want to bring up this slide here. And I thought another thing that Ten Hag could have done, let me just remove my overlays. This is the formation we started off with against Brighton, semi-final, right? Started off 4-2-3-1. But the thing is with Ten Hag, because we know Ten Hag is a student of Pep, yeah? We did go into a transition into pushing Shaw from the back four into the midfield, and we made them like what John Stones was. Pushed Shaw to help out the midfield and saturate it, yeah? I think we could have done something like that against you guys and then have one defender just man-marking Haaland because, yeah, it just looked every time, yeah, in the game, Patrick, it looked, even on the counter-attack or on defense, you guys were doing a 2v1 on each player that got the ball on our side. Every time we looked outnumbered. I remember someone in the comments on Flying Pig stream that I was on kept saying that it looked like you guys had 13 players. It looked like you guys had an extra man. And so the tactics, it was wrong. We needed to match you guys in midfield.
Yeah, man. Somebody said this. One of the players is like, when City are at you, it looks like there's. I think it was a Madrid player. It looks like there's like 14 people, but I think it's the way we're playing. It's the positioning and the John Stones thing. I don't know how it's working, man. I've never seen a team who has a force defender, a defender who steps out of defense into midfield and goes back into defense. It's just, I think having a Kanji who's fast, Diaz who's fast, and Walker who's fast is the reason why I think Pep has them, because regardless if you attack us, these three will still find you and catch you. So, yeah, right. I think that's when, if you notice, Ten Hag switched things. He moved a defender. You saw that? And he put somebody in. I think he wanted to bunch the midfield. Remember when he removed the defender, he had three at the back. He moved Lindelof and he put somebody in. And I think his aim was to crowd the midfield and try to get something into midfield.
You saw that today. That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah, I remember he removed Lindelof. He took Lindelof out and he didn't replace him with another defender. Did you see that? Today, during the game.
Wow. See, this is how fried my head was, yeah? I didn't notice this intricate.
No, he bent Lindelof and did not put in another defender. I think that was his aim. I think his aim was to try get a flood up in the midfield, and then he went on all full attack.
Okay, okay. I'll take your word for it, man. I mean, I'm just trying to remember like some of the highlights. I mean, okay, that's good that Ten Hag tried that at least. Maybe he didn't do it for long enough in the game because, like I was saying to you earlier, I remember seeing John Stones at one point was in the attacking mid position. Just had space. Just he was playing like he's been playing midfield for seasons, not just this season. We didn't crowd the midfield enough. We didn't do it. Maybe Ten Hag should have done what you said earlier, yeah, because. Yeah, we didn't have control of that game. You guys, if I bring up the stats, right? You had, if people can see, the stats, it's a bit small. 60% possession, and you know what? I'm not even getting these shots. Yeah, I don't remember us having 3 shots on target. Like if we were just to look at shots for both teams, you would think we were actually really in the game. I don't think we were in the game in terms of being dangerous. 3 shots on target, but this is the big thing. 1 clear chance for both teams. It seemed like you guys had more clear chances. I remember there was a cross in the second half that Akanji could have got on the end of. I was still
one. There's one De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne put it through and nobody was there.
Yeah, there was that one. There was another one where I think it was the offside goal. I would still count that as a clear chance, yeah, because obviously if he's onside, it's a goal. It's a goal, you know. It was only a few yards offside. There was other chances that I remember. I just remember like just being in my seat, like just pulling up my shirt over my mouth because I was like scared of us conceding. I'm sure you guys had way more than 1 clear chance. If we look at the tackles, you guys, I wouldn't even be able to tell that we actually won the tackles. 63% compared to your 57%. You see, this is where the eye test reigns, yeah, because these stats don't. Apart from the possession, these stats for me are not reflecting the game. I felt you guys dominated, and we barely got out of like gear 1. I don't remember us doing much, man. There was a few transitions we did, but I'm just trying to remember big chances. Rashford had a shot which was a header that was off target first half. There wasn't much else. Garnacho, like I said earlier, chance just past the post. Ortega wasn't tested enough, man. Like, if he should have actually got the clean sheet because that goal, that we got from the penalty, we said it earlier, that wasn't a pen. Wasn't a pen. How much time did Grealish have to react? Really, if we're being honest, like, come on,
man. That even as I said, the pundits were like, man, we felt bad for you because you were not even looking at it. And Grealish was like, yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. I just jumped as a individual and I just felt something on my hand because he was like, at least if I was looking at him, I could have said I have done it purposely. You know what I mean? It looks like you've done it purposely. That's what he said. But man, those rules are bad, and those are the rules that can mess up a final. You know what I mean? Like imagine a UCL final, and that's what decides the UCL final. Just you play out, play somebody, and boom, fingertips, and you're done. And the player has no idea. I think they're gonna have to look into that. I think they're gonna have to say if you purposely aim, you know what I mean? Purposely put your hand up, because VR can see that you're purposely doing it. I have seen players purposely put their hand up, and you're like, "What are you doing?" I remember when we played Chelsea. Havertz put his hand up purposely so he can stop the ball from going to Laporte's head. That was a purposely thing done. But I have seen accidental ones where, man, yeah, it's seconds. How are you going to put your hand out? Like, I'm not just talking about our game. I'm talking about games. I'm pretty sure it's happened against Man United. You're like, how is he going to move his hand that fast? You know what I mean? And you can't jump with your hands down. Nobody's a fish here. Nobody's a dolphin. You can't jump with your hands with your body. But anyway, man, it is what it is. Ten Hag is gas in his interview for ITV. He says we got a very soft penalty and a soft goal, and both of their goals were soft goals. I don't know what he's talking about.
I was too angry to listen to him after the game, to be honest. I'm probably, once I've calmed down a little bit after this reaction show, I might go up.
Wait, are you angry that you didn't win the FA Cup, or you're just angry because it's a potential treble?
So there's different levels of anger. First of all, it begins with the fact that we're supposed to be a team that's going to be keeping it tight, and we don't play football like you guys, so we're supposed to pretty much snatch a goal. Was it 15 seconds you guys scored after? I couldn't believe it. I'm angry at that kind of stuff. I'm angry at the fact that we didn't press enough. I didn't see us really get into you guys. Like I said, not enough slide challenges, all of that kind of stuff. So the performance, I'm angry. And then obviously on top of that, the narrative, we have no say in what you guys do now. Yeah, you say it looks like it's destiny for you guys to win the treble now. I thought it was destiny for us that have won the only English side to win the treble. I thought it was destiny for us to stop your destiny, but it's not to be. So different levels of anger, bro. It's everything. I'm angry at everything, man.
I know, that's what I'm saying, man. It just looks like the football gods have smiled on us, and they're just saying it should happen. To be honest with you, let's remove hate aside, or obviously, I don't know if you're United fans will ever remove that, but I just feel like De Bruyne and these guys, they don't deserve it. Okay, not the treble per se, but the Champions League. I feel bad for David Silva. I almost cried for Fernandinho. I was like, one of these guys, man, they have given so much to us. Come on, one of these guys, just win it for them. You know what I mean? Like, let De Bruyne, don't let because the thing is, the stick they use to hit not only Man City, but these players, especially like De Bruyne and Gundo, these are good players, but they use the stick to hit with them, company and them, or they never won a Champions League. Do you get my point? It's as if it's a stick to use to hit them. Because I said a statement on HH's channel, and I sit down and I'm still saying that statement. Gundogan, the way he's been clutch, and Gundogan, what he's won in the Prem, he wins the UCL. What would have Gerrard done better than Gundogan? Like, if we sit down on the real, what would have Gerrard done better than Gundo? Let's say Gundo, okay, let me paint this now ready. Gundo somehow has been clutch in the Carabao Cups finals. He's been clutch in the UCL run-ups games. He's been clutch in the Premier League when De Bruyne is injured. Throughout the years, it's always him who turns up in the 15th game.
He was also top scorer for you guys. I think was it a couple seasons ago when you didn't have a proper 9. I remember that too.
Yeah. So let's say, for instance, he goes clutch. He's going clutch in the Prem this season. Brought us back. He went clutch in the Prem last season to win it. Now he goes clutch in the FA Cup. What if he goes clutch in the UCL final and he wins it? Gundogan has achieved a big thing for a midfielder. So when we sit back with Gerrard, would you say, oh, Gerrard is better because every time, do you know how the stick they use you for Gerrard? They're like, oh, he brought us back in the UCL against Milan. So all De Bruyne and Gundo have to do is win that UCL, and there you go. Oh, now he has a UCL. What can you bring to the table? Gerrard, these guys are about 5 Premier Leagues over you. I'm just saying, Liverpool fans started this battle.
You made some good points there. There's going to be a big debate for comparing to some of these legends as well. I remember Gerrard's goal against West Ham. That was what, maybe 30-yard, 40-yard goal.
Yeah, I remember his
losing to West Ham. Remember that? So he's got his clutch goals too. But like you're saying, Gundogan has some clutch goals, and if we're gonna let's speak about Champions League. I mean, So okay, are you guys? Do you reckon you guys will be respecting Inter Milan? Are you guys maybe worried about Lukaku? You know, are you underestimating what Inter Milan may bring to you? Because they're underdogs. The pressure's off. Maybe they can do something.
Yeah, man. I think the boys. I think they'll give them respect, and you have to give Inter respect, man. For me, every team that has reached the final, you have to give them respect. As I was saying yesterday, that I was giving you guys respect. You know, some people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be a more down." No, man, it's a final. But you know yourself at the back of your head, you still have this feeling that I know we're better than Inter. It can even go either way, where we can ramp them to the ground because now it's one game, Eddie. It's one game now. It's just one game, and it's no longer like that Chelsea time where we had to continue fighting head to head with Liverpool, and players were injured and players were tired. And obviously, Chelsea just had that manager bounce, and they had one of us, and Pep went with his madness because Tuchel beat him twice, so Pep went mad and decided to say, I need control because Tuchel has beaten me twice. All I'm thinking now is these players, man, and now even Pep and Gundo said, now we can talk about the treble. So now they have opened up the file. All this time they were refusing to talk about the treble. They're like, now, Pep is like, now I can talk about the treble. And now these boys will be off for 2 days. But I have told them that after that 2 days, you're coming back to training and it's focus on Inter.
Yeah.
But big up to Inter, man. Big up. Inter has been ticking. But the thing is, I have watched Inter, Eddie. The wins are not comfortable. The wins are struggle. They have been doing wins by struggle. They're grafting. That's why I'm respecting them. They're grafters. They struggle but graft. But now I'm thinking, if Inter give us that space, because they leave holes in midfield, they give us that space, which they're giving space to like Torona and the Miran who were missing. We are more clinical. They will have issues. But I don't know, man. I just feel like it's a good game. I like that Inter is in form. I couldn't have loved the Inter that was playing in the Champions League earlier on. Remember, they were not that great. They had to scrape a few goals. But I don't know. How do you feel from a neutral? Because for me, I respect Inter and I think they can hurt us. But I just feel like I'm happy that we've reached the final with the UCL with a win. And moreover, the boys are going to rest more again. And we had a game today, a high intensity game, whether people don't like it or not. United still give you that high intensity game. And somebody was right. To be honest with you, Inter and United, I would still find United a stronger team than Inter. That's just my opinion.
We should be, but like I was saying, like you guys, you didn't break a sweat. You didn't break a sweat today. I'm going to talk about what I think about Inter in a bit. Just got to say hi to Daniel Psalms getting here. Yo, hit the like and subscribe if you want to follow the content.
Wait, is Daniel Psalms from Zambia?
That's a Zambian flag, yeah.
Big up my brother, man. That's a Zambian brother. Yeah, I can see that. That must Zambia. Is that Zambia or Zimbabwe? That's Zambia, right?
I don't know the flag properly. It might be, but
man, Daniel, let us know. Is that Zambia or Zimbabwe, man?
I don't think it's Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe is different to that. But he's saying Sancho, De Gea, Eriksen finished. Yeah, especially Eriksen. He's on them old man legs right now. Pacemaker as well. Respect to him for keeping going after the pacemaker thing. You know what I mean? It's great that he's still even alive. Props to him for having that. You know what I mean? That resilience to come through. Big up to Jarvis. I was on the watch along with him earlier. We were on Flying Pigs channel, and still feeling down, mate. It's we had a little bit of a therapy session after the stream as well, and during the stream, it was a bad time. But big up to Jarvis getting in here. And Daniel Psalm saying it is Zambia. That's the flag.
Big up my Zambian brother. Big up, man. Big up to you. Respect.
But Patrick, basically, man, for Inter, I look at the formation. They do like playing that 3-5-2. So they may look to saturate that midfield and stop you guys, playing. And you know what? Because they are like massive underdogs, I could even see them dropping those wing backs into the defensive position where they just play 5 at the back. And just basically hit long balls to Lukaku, and maybe Lautaro Martinez. And if you guys are playing 3 at the back, you will have gaps in between the right centre back and the left centre back. So all I can see them doing is doing long balls into the channels and trying to hit you on the counter. Because Lukaku can run on the counter. We see him be a bit of a bully. And we've seen him. I'm
thinking about the Chelsea one. I'm thinking about the Chelsea Lukaku who always leaves the ball when he runs. He forgets the ball back.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, we're seeing behind the scenes. Yeah, Lukaku maybe scoring with Meg the Stallion. Yeah, that could be some inspiration for him to prove to his new woman that he can score on the pitch as well.
To bring
So
that
you might be
UCL
getting
medal, you know.
an inspired Lukaku coming for you
Yeah.
guys.
She'll tell him that if you bring that UCL medal, I'll do things to you. But anyway, man, so I can see people are tweeting at Megan, can you do something for us, man? I don't know, man. I just if this was our first UCL final, I think I would be iffy, Eddie. I'll be like very iffy. But I think this being our second, and there's hunger in this team, and there's disappointment. They've said themselves in an interview they were disappointed. The captain said they were disappointed. They felt that at Chelsea, against Chelsea, they didn't give 100%. They let down the owners, the board, everybody themselves. I just feel it's the hunger. So let's just see who has more hunger. Because I know Inter also are hungry for it. But if Inter come in and say we're gonna use this underdog thing, I think they have another thing coming. You're right, Eddie. Today I think everybody. Do you know what somebody said? He says our hardest final was United, and I think it's true. I think because that's the more with what was at stake with United, and I was more scared of this one saying, "Oh, we can fumble here," but I don't know, man. I just feel like everything is setting into place. De Bruyne was rested; he's not injured. Pep says he just rested him, and Pep says he rested him for the UCL. And Pep admitted I rested him for the UCL because they were challenging him. He saw Fred was getting a bit violent. I don't know, man. People are talking about Pereira, Brozovic. They were talking about the Inter that they rely on Pereira a lot, and somebody said he doesn't think they are that good, but doesn't think that's enough to dominate the midfield. Inter will try to do the counter, but Inter will have no shame in doing counter. I know you guys obviously a bit of pride saying let's play football with City today, but Inter will have no shame of parking the bus. But the thing is, I have watched Inter park the bus against lesser teams, and lesser teams have found holes in them, and not even lesser teams, good midfielders. I just feel like I just don't want it to go to pens because I think Inter might want that.
Of course. Yeah, like you said, man. Like you said, they will be shameless in trying to just do anything they can, man. They're going to be scared. They're going to be scared of your guy Haaland and Gundogan. You scoring volleys. Gundogan scoring volleys for fun. So I don't think I've ever heard of a midfielder scoring 2 volleys in the final of like such a big occasion. Inter Milan are watching that game and they're going to be worried. They're going to do.
And the Everton goal. Don't forget the Everton goal. I don't know what he was doing. That was just ridiculous, man. That's the thing about it. It's like Pep messed up. Eddie, don't forget it was also prime Gundo, and he decided to play him as a DM. And Gundo was our top goal scorer and was on fire that season. He played him as a DM, and Gundo said I did what the manager wanted. He said in the German interview, but I was a bit disappointed that I wasn't played in my position. So. Man, we're getting a Gundo who's hungry at the. It's just that's what I'm saying. Things are falling into place. Diaz is fit, not on injections. Laporte is fit, even though he's on the bench. Ake came back today. Akanji is playing the best football of his life. Edison has been saving us in the UCL. De Bruyne is going to have to prove something. And today he had good passes, but nothing was finished out of it. I just feel like they will tell Haaland to get the brakes off. I think Haaland sometimes in games has been told to put the brakes down. Don't just do runs for nothing. Occupy the defenders, bring them in. I think they've told him you have enough goals, and he understands I have enough goals. I can cause trouble, and that's what teams are falling for, though, Eddie. People are saying, "Oh, Haaland no more goals," but look at what he's doing. He's drawing defenders. Varane was running after him and leaving gaps. That's what teams are falling for. I don't know if Inter are watching now saying, don't follow him. Because somebody, was it Bournemouth, said that Bournemouth, remember, kept a clean sheet against him. But the defenders were saying we were told by a manager, don't follow him when he drops in. You will cause issues. Just stay there. Let him go himself. Let the central defender do it. You as a defender, don't follow him. Stay there. But some teams seem like they're not learning that. They're falling. I don't know, man. This Inter game seems to be... I like that it's Inter, man. I don't know about you. I enjoy the fact it's Inter because I think Inter will
I'm
give
not
this.
enjoying any of this, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, I give congratulations to you guys. It's painful, man, but yeah, we're gonna wrap up in a bit anyway. I just want to know what your prediction is. People in the comments, is there still a chance for? Because this is obviously a Man United channel, guys. In the comments, do you think Inter can sabotage Man City, or is this, as Patrick is saying, is it written in the stars? Is it destiny? I'm feeling like it might be destiny now because today it didn't look like we could lay a proper glove on you guys, man. For me, I think you guys win the final. I think Inter will actually play better, to be honest, because I don't know. I'm just trying to think how long. Is it Inzaghi that manages them, right? Who manages Inter?
I don't know. I think so.
I think it's Simeone and Inzaghi, I think. Anyway, it just seems like he knows his system, and you know
he's a cup manager. He's a cup manager. He does very well in cups.
Right. Well, I just think you guys will win it. Maybe something like a 1-0. That's just come to my mind because I can see them trying to do like the 5 at the back thing and trying to frustrate you guys, and then a Haaland clutch goal or Gundogan. But
just imagine though, if just this is what I'm thinking about. Every time, as I said, we've reached the final. We reached it, but you find it's only like Gundo in form, De Bruyne in form. It's never everybody who's on it. And I know Grealish Grealish knows. Even he said himself, I was average today. Grealish, I know what you were doing. You were keeping yourself for the final. You didn't want to run around and mess up a final. You said UCL is your dream of your life.
I don't like this, man. I don't like this. How are you able to be saving yourselves against your fiercest rival?
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect, but I know it came out like
disrespect. But it's true. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like, okay, we're City. We're just going to be in gear 3. We don't need to go to gear 4 or gear 5. We're cool. That's what it seemed like. Like you guys already had your eyes on the UC, the Champions League prize.
Blame them though. You can also lose though. Like we could have also lost doing that. I've seen teams when they have a UCL final, they lose a game or a final before. You've seen that before, where like Madrid could have done a treble. They don't do it. They fail one of those Copa del Rey cups. They fail them because they're looking at the final. It happens. You can lose, but I don't know, man. I just feel like I've been watching Inter. I think I've watched 5 games because they were sent to me by my friend Gundo. He's watched 23. My co-host is crazy. He's a coach, so I get him. He's a manager. But he's come up with the same thing I've come up, man, Eddie. He says your defense and your midfield is better than Inter's. That says a lot. Under pressure.
I don't know what to say to that.
That's under pressure.
What's your prediction then? What's your prediction? What, you gonna be winning like 3-4-0?
Nah, man. I think it would just be a 3-1.
Yeah, if Kelvin was on here, he'll be saying something like 8-0, something mad.
Nah, Kelvin, man. I called man like Kelvin. I called him, man, because I had a missed call. Man had his shirt off with the United family around because he was celebrating and popping. Man is mad. Man, those are his in-laws, man, who are the Man United fans. I was like, man, is that your shirt off? Is that you? He's like, man, I took my shirt off when the final whistle came. Man, that guy, man, he lives with ops, so they're everywhere. Wow. No, but I don't know. I just feel confident, and I know sometimes you must not be cocky, but I just feel like 90 minutes can Inter stop City, because I have seen Inter broken into pieces before with a lesser team breaking them. So are they going to concentrate for 90 minutes? Because this is about focus. Don't forget, City have played teams who've concentrated for 70 minutes. Some break after 50. I think Inter will give us chances. It's just that we have to be careful when Inter counter us. But the funny thing about it is Lukaku might be fast, but I think our centre backs are faster than Lukaku.
Yeah, I mean, so. Akanji, what was it? Kyle Walker. These guys got
Diaz.
I remember when Kyle Walker was pocketing Vinicius, and Vinicius has got speed. So yeah, if you guys are
and that side is Mkhitaryan, and the side is and Walker's gonna go against Mkhitaryan.
I don't. Has Mkhitaryan got any speed? I don't like when he was at Man United. I don't
Man
remember.
is 34 now, isn't he? 34. He's in his 30s now, Mkhitaryan. He's in 30s.
Yeah, guy. He's an old guy, but he's old timer.
I think the biggest threat they have is Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro is on fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad he didn't have a great World Cup, man. I think he should have had that World Cup medal rescinded with the chances he was missing in that cup. But that's a different conversation.
Can I ask something before we go? Because you've asked about City's thing about how do you rate this season for United? Because I think it's a fair season. Finishing third, Carabao Cup. These are not his players. I know Kevin is never happy when I hype opposition, but sometimes I want to be logical as a guy who does football content. You have to be logical. So myself, I'm looking at it. You've won a Carabao Cup, right? You won it. You deserve it. It's a trophy. Whether people make fun of it, it's still a trophy. I'm sorry, you've won it. But you finished third, and that's just behind the guys who were the best the whole season. And then City 75 points. That's fair. That's Ten Hag's first season. You get what I mean? There's a trophy without his players yet. He just bought few players, but without the squad he's looking for. I'm pretty sure in about 2 transfer windows we'll see a complete different Man United. So how do you rate this season?
As long as we don't get people like Mount and Rabiot, like maybe just one of them, right? I don't get these links. As long as we're trying to look for more progressive signings like a Caicedo or like you're saying earlier, McAllister. I was thinking we should be getting Kovacic, but apparently he's linked to you guys. So it's like, okay, we need to have the right kind of profile of player. I don't know how we go from De Jong to Rabiot.
Why do people still want Rabiot? Why do they still want him? I hear you guys also wanted him last year. Why do people still want Rabiot? I know his quality. He's been quality for France, but
well, what's the quality though? He's quality in pragmatic systems, like Juventus pragmatic, France pragmatic. Like, are we looking to still do pragmatism when Ten Hag is supposed to be our possession high press manager? I don't know. But anyway, just to answer your question, right? Top 3. Yeah, 75 points. It's like I said on your stream yesterday, highest points of a debut manager. For me, you can just say finish it at that. Good season. First, he's not even bought like a first team 11. That's what you need as a manager. You need a proper 11 that's yours. He's bought maybe 5 or 6 players, and he's still having to deal with counter attackers when he wants to do possession. So he's done all right. We've got a great home record. I think he's done well with that. Obviously, the away from home thing, it's been bad, but we've got to remember some of these players have still got PTSD from Ole's tenure last season. Or we won the Carabao Cup, which you guys, Manchester City, Pep, you guys used to make this a priority to win that as like a foundation to get your confidence to win other cups. So I still obviously rate the Carabao Cup. I would say it's been a great season. I would say for the debut season of Ten Hag, adjusting from Dutch football to English football, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's been a top season, man. Maybe if I was gonna give it a grade out of 10, man, I'd say something like an 8. I gotta say it, man. Even though we've had like 7-0s, 4-0s, those are exceptions, man.
You reached 2 finals, isn't it? You reached 2 finals. I was thinking, like to be honest with you, guys, I was actually thinking you guys were gonna win the Europa when Arsenal were kicked out. I thought the Europa is yours.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have people like Maguire making mistakes. I'm sure you saw the highlights, man. This is what Don Smoke kept bringing up yesterday. Severe, every time. We were winning 2-0. It's just the players on the pitch just decided to lose their minds. We should be having the Europa League. Rajat V, thanks for getting in late. We're about to wrap up though. He's saying 7 out of 10 for our season. So, I mean, Patrick, we're going to wrap up in a bit, man. Just plug your channel real quick anyway.
Nah, man, you can find me on the True City Fan channel on YouTube. I also have another channel, Football and Chill. I'm going to use that Football and Chill channel more next season. The reason why I have the Football and Chill channel is because when you are a content creator and you're a Man City, Man United, or Arsenal creator, when you bring other people, some of your viewers get emotional. You're trying to talk football. The thing is, the reason why we have channels is we love to talk football, So the football and chill one, I'll use it a lot because I want to talk a lot of football. At the end of the season, I might get Eddie on. I'm trying to get a few people. I want to talk about the overall season, teams, managers, players who've impressed. I just want to talk about a general, like football, where it's not only agendas, it's talk football, neutral. I always like to be neutral, but it's hard to be neutral sometimes when you're on a channel that's specific for a team because you get riled up or eaten up by audience. I've noticed audience sometimes don't understand that I'm trying to talk football only here.
Yeah,
It's not about us only. But anyway, big up, man. Thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for letting me join, man. I
cool, man.
appreciate it, and
Thanks for coming on,
thank you for
bro.
joining me yesterday, man. That video has gone crazy. It's like on 300 or 200 views. 100 people are watching it at the same time, laughing. So that video went crazy yesterday. So big up, man.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, because a lot of people were roasting me in it for the my mosquito comment with Fred.
Man, why was everybody on
So,
you, man? People talking about your Jura. I was like, oh, Joe is the one talking a lot of heat, but every time you say something, the whole chat was on you, man.
I don't know, maybe because of the way I look as well. Someone called me DJ Academics. I've seen
Yeah,
him
somebody
before.
did.
He's got like one of these wide faces like I have. I think it's just the way I look. People just target me, man. It is what it is.
Don't play that victim card. I think the mosquito comment. I think the mosquito comment brought a lot of heat on you.
Yeah, maybe. I just gotta say hi to on Monday, Druma. He was
Yeah,
on my
Amanda. Yeah,
channel. I think it was yesterday. I did the
yeah, legend,
preview,
man,
and
legend.
he
I
came
watched
with
the
some
video.
fire, man. A big up to Monday. He was positive, and he gave me some positivity. I brought that onto your channel, but hey, look what's happened.
Oh, is that
Hey.
where you took it from? Is he the one who gave you the mosque? Nah, man, Juma, big up to you, man. Hopefully, we feature, man. I've been watching your channel. I think I've been watching you for so long. I like your channel. Yeah, I think he also sees me in the comments sometimes. But big up, big up.
Yeah,
You know what? That's my next thing. I'm gonna have to stop running away from features.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'm sure you will have the confidence now anyway to do anything, especially if you do the treble. Hope you don't do it, but you know you're gonna get confidence from that. So Amandi says, "Well performed. Well, we performed well today. Proud of the boys. Game plan was good." Amanda, this is where I have to disagree. I think you're overly too positive. I was saying earlier, we've been through it. Don't think we pressed enough. Looked like we lost our shape at times. Bruno, maybe should have been playing attacking mid so we could get service into Rashford. Didn't have enough clear chances, but hey, respect to your opinion. He's also saying, by the way, Maguire would have prevented the first goal.
Calm down.
Hindsight is a special thing, eh? Hindsight.
Calm down.
Because you could say maybe he prevents the first goal, but does he make a mistake in
I
another
think he helps
transition?
it. I think Maguire helps it, finishes it off.
Well, like against Sevilla, where you got one of these mad own goals with his header. I don't know how.
Did you see what he did though? He went to Malasia at first and hugged him and comforted him, and then he does it. That's just gas. That guy has bad luck.
That's mad. I'll just go through the last few comments before we come off. Luke at centre back could have been the way to go. I was saying that before the game. I think we should have done that. Move on. Hopefully, it will get good. We need the takeover, Rajat. That's what we need. Respect to you, Amanda. Again, obviously, I forgot to plug you, man. You can find Amanda Druma at the Man United Agenda. Go and subscribe to them. You know, I mean, they put a lot of passion into the content, and they're really good at going through comments, getting people involved. So yeah, man, subscribe to them. Rajat V, let's cheer up on gear for 23. Yeah, man. Okay, we're gonna wrap up now. Big up to Rajat V getting in here. Daniel Psalms, Gavin Sim, Jarvis Cocker, Legacy of Outlaws, Amande Juma, Matthew Bassett. Thank you all for getting in what you were saying. Rudy can't game. Thanks for getting in. But yeah, Patrick, thanks for sparing your time. And obviously I say congratulations today, but you can't copy our treble. That's ours, yeah. So I'm hoping to do something.
Look, do you know what? Let me say something to United fans. Whether we win the treble or not, or let's say we win the treble, you guys, if I come to your channel or if I come on the table, let's say you and me, Eddie, are on a channel, let's say we're on Football Terrence or one of these big channels, and I say, guys, let's put our tables on the table when I'm trying to shush people. United fans can still come out and say, here's my treble. It's only Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans who are going to shush now. Do you get it? But I'm saying, I know what United fans are not happy about because this was one of the legacies you were holding to. The same way This is why I was. Do you know what? This might sound bad. Do you remember when Liverpool almost went unbeaten, but they lost one game and then we won the league? I wanted Liverpool to go unbeaten because I am tired of Arsenal fans. That's all they hold on to. I hope somebody, I don't know if it's United, somebody just do it. Do you get my point? Somebody do it so we cannot hear about this golden Premier League while you drew 8 games. Come on, have shame.
True.
Do you know that Liverpool drew less games? They only lost 1 game. They were so close to being a better unbeaten team. So, man, I don't know. You guys can still say, when we say bring your treble on the table, you guys can still bring it to the table. But I get it, man.
We don't want you guys to have it as
I
well.
know. It's
We're the
worse
only
because
ones that
it's the neighbors. The neighbors.
Well, I get what you're saying, man. Arsenal fans are insufferable sometimes. I hope someone repeats the invincible thing. I don't know if it happened. It was so competitive in the league nowadays. Brighton trying to do their
I
thing.
think it's better right now. I think people are saying it's better football, but right now it's more dangerous and more tactical.
Exactly. Anyway, Patrick, we're going to head out, man. Thanks for coming on. Everyone, comments, big up to you. We're heading out. Like and subscribe. And yeah, peace.